I'd always associated Orange County with being a very affluent community and never gave it a second thought that there could be kids in need right here in our own backyard. And I know that myself, as well as thousands of other Americans, we dedicate our resources, be it time, money, effort, to taking care of impoverished children in India, in Africa, Cambodia. But you know, when there is this big need right here in our own backyard, and where we could, you know, help the kids right here.
My role as a CASA basically is to be the voice for the child. I think that a lot of children in the system tend to fall through the cracks. There are just so many children, so many needs. And the good thing about CASA is they have that one person that's standing there by their side and that pays attention. There's still kids in these settings that need individual support, who need individual mentorship and advocacy, and that's exactly what CASA is.
So imagine you're a child, you grew up in you know, perhaps your parents are in jail or have drug issues, and that's kind of the life that you're exposed to. And you know, the costs to society from that are tremendous, because if that child follows in their parents' footsteps, you know, the ripple effect of that is enormous. And if you can do something to change that cycle, and there's evidence that CASA does, over 90% of kids who have CASA advocates in their lives graduate from high school, as opposed to 58% of other foster children. And so there's just real evidence that, you know, both anecdotal and statistic, that it really makes a difference. And you know, that's something that has huge benefits to society.
I actually heard about CASA when I was in law school. I did a juvenile justice program where as law students we were able to defend kids in the delinquency system. And in LA County and Orange County, there was a lot of crossover between the kids who were getting in trouble on the criminal side, who were also dependents of the court. And so I got to know a few CASAs that way and realized that the youth, the kids who had CASAs generally seemed to do better. And when I moved to Orange County and heard about CASA Orange County, I knew it was something that I wanted to do.
A time that I needed to advocate for my CASA youth was regarding school. He was really struggling, and there were some behavioral challenges, and I think there was just the level of frustration was just rising and rising, and I wanted to figure out how I could extinguish that. And after doing some research and talking to teachers and different administrators, it came to pass that he was actually in the wrong grade. And so the work was a little bit more difficult for him. And because of that, I mean, challenges this kid has already faced a lot of different challenges. And so this is just another challenge that I believe was just triggering him. And so we were able to get him in the right grade, work out an incentive system for him, a reward system to help encourage him to do better. And almost instantly, you could see a difference.
I would just encourage people to get involved in CASA. There are so many organizations, and there are so many nonprofits, and there are so many groups that need time and need resources, but CASA makes a real difference. For instance, Lillian's in Girls Court, where there's kind of a round table for each youth before they actually go before the judge, and you really have an opportunity to say what your child wants. And there's different perspectives. I mean, obviously the social worker, the lawyer, the case manager, they're all going to have different perspectives, but as a CASA, just being able to tell the judge exactly what Lillian wants is important and powerful.
Us as foster kids, you know, speaking from my perspective, I've been through a lot, but that doesn't mean that like my mistakes define me, and that's what I learned from working with her. You know, everyone has a chance at life, and I think that not a lot of people believe in kids in the foster system to succeed in life, and you know, definitely having Zaina as a CASA, you know, pushed me to believe that, you know, there's not just one person that believes in me, there's like a lot of people.
Meeting Lillian has changed me in a lot of ways. It's hard to sort of pinpoint just one thing, but she kind of restores my faith in humanity. I mean, it's amazing to see someone and to interact with someone who's been through so much, who is still so positive, and you don't see that a lot. It amazes me that she's able to be optimistic and be hopeful, and it's something that she has given me, I think, and it's so valuable. I mean, I can only hope that I give her a tiny bit of that, but she's really changed me in that way.